Now we have the problem, color is closing. The company GoPro with the action cameras owns Kolor for a certain amount of years, and they closed it as of September 2018, and Kolor as a company doesn't exist anymore. That is the state of affairs now and how to deal with this point up to now. Let me first have a look on the special situation we have with Panotour Pro when it comes to color closing. And let's have a look at Kolor's portfolio. There is a stitching branch with Autopano Pro and Autopano Giga. These programs are quite widespread and a lot of people like it and do their professional or amateur work with it, but there are but there are some serious competitors which are able to replace both programs easily, especially PT GUI with a professional stitching program, which is kind of industry standards, and they have a pretty nice market share along with Autopano Pro. There are also Hugin, or for some special purposes might be Photoshop or Lightroom. Maybe for some kind of panoramas it is enough. There's no reason to worry about alternative for the stitching programs of Kolor. Nearly the same is the point for 360 video. Autopano Video evolved quite as an industry standard for video stitching, 360 video, but there are some companies, smaller companies, are working hard on replacements, or they already exist. I only want to point out Mystica. And for the third point in Kolor's portfolio, the Tour Builder app, Panotour and Panotour Pro, there is no real direct replacement where you can change with your knowledge from one program to another. You need to get familiar with some changes. So what's the state of affairs when we take a close look at Panotour and Panotour Pro? First, Panotour Pro isn't dead. You cannot buy it anymore. It isn't available anymore. There will be no updates anymore. The company is definitely closed. The developers are doing some other stuff now. And so there is nothing new coming for sure after the last version we have now. Panotour Pro will be still usable for a certain time. And as operating systems won't change in significant amount, Panotour Pro will be running on your system. When it comes to macOS, there are several reports of successful installations at the Mojave operating system 10.14, and it is reported to run and safe for production on the current macOS system. It is pretty sure to assume the same for Windows. There are no negative reports up to now that PTP is having issues running on current Windows systems. A little bit closer look at the output of Panotour Pro, which is based on the Pano framework. This can be a problem in the future when browser updates are not supporting features which are necessary for virtual tours are working, not longer supported. So this can be a problem with future browser updates. But there is a commitment from Klaus Reinfeldt, the Pano developer, that the underlying Pano code, which Panotour Pro output uses to work, will be updated in the future. And as both of them are quite a little bit independent, you have the program PTP which create tours, and you have the code, the outputted code, which works for you and for the audience and your clients in the browser. These are two different things you can consider a little bit independently now. And for this, there was a nice move of the color developers with the last version we have now, 2.5.14, and they introduced interfaces for adaptions, for templates, for future updates, and for future extensions, which are based on Pano and on standard HTML code, so that the output you create with PTP, with Panotour Pro, can be updated in the future for keep it running on more recent browser updates. So that can be really updated. So it's a little bit nice that we have this news, though we need to state that Panotour Pro is at its end, but we can use it, we can use the output. So there is no need to hurry. While there is no need to hurry, there will be an end, for sure. Let me point out this clearly. There's some time left to react and to think about what to do in future with your 360 VR business when you rely on Panotour Pro up to now for running your business. There's some time, but it's not forever. So when is the end? The end is when PTP is no longer running on current operating systems, and this will be some time for sure. It is midterm. We don't know what Apple or Microsoft are doing with the operating systems, but there is a chance that sometimes one day there will be an update and Panotour Pro isn't running anymore, and you have no chance to get it running except you have old machines with old operating systems just for this purpose. So this is a midterm problem. When the PTP output no longer can be adapted to browser development, then is the end of your output. So what you produced for your clients in the past or till then will be not working anymore, and this may be due to the update policy of Pano more or less a long-term problem. When both cases are there, then PTP projects and their output cannot be longer maintained or updated. Then it's finished.